my name is Tori and I'm a Winnie the Pooh collector from the UK. And a few weeks ago I asked you over on my Instagram what videos you would like to see on my channel in October, and a few of you asked for a Winnie the Pooh Halloween collection. So that is what we are going to be doing today. I did a few videos ago do my pumpkin collection, so you will be seeing some of that stuff again. You won't, I'm leaving the pins out of that, but now we've got more Halloween goodies to go through. So I think without further ado, let's get on with the video. First, start off with my outfit. I actually went to the pumpkin patch this morning, hence the whole spooky get up. I've got in my pumpkin Pooh earrings. I don't know how well you can see that, but I love them so much. I've then got on my Winnie the Pooh jumper. How cute is that? That's from Georgia Asda this year. I saw it on TikTok and I like ran to Asda the next day to find it. I have also got another Winnie the Pooh Halloween jumper. You'd have seen that in my pumpkin video. I'll link my pumpkin video up the top here in case you haven't already seen that. And then I've got a couple of Winnie the Pooh Halloween dresses, but as you know, I don't usually include clothing items in these videos. As I said, I literally was at the pumpkin patch this morning, and you all know me. I had to take a tote bag with plushies in it. It was so windy. We were like having a storm yesterday, and the pumpkin patch itself was so muddy, but that's like expected of a pumpkin patch. Salah's here to say hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
We're doing my Halloween collection today.
Very nice. Special day tonight, today.
I was just telling them how we went to the pumpkin patch this morning, didn't we?
Very nice. It's different.
Yeah, it was his first time at a pumpkin patch. It was actually my third time. I've only ever been twice before.
Yes.
So, but that video is coming soon. We filmed it. We still need to carve our pumpkins, but we're going to do that another day. Everyone say hello to Salah. As I was saying, you all know me. I had to take a tote bag of plushies to the pumpkin patch, and I'll go through the ones that I took in here first. I'll go through the two obvious ones that you'll know, you would have seen in the pumpkin video. We have Pumpkin Pooh. He is one of the Disney Store beanies. I love his costume so much. He's got like the little straps over his shoulder. You can still see his little red crop top. I miss the days when Disney Store would do fancy tags. Look at that, it's like holographic and so cool. His little hat. And as I said in the pumpkin collection video, he's got a button that says press me, and you can feel something inside there, but I don't know what he does. Obviously I got him pre-loved. I've had him a while. I can't remember where I got him from. Maybe a boot sale, I think. But yeah, I have no idea what he originally did. Might have made a spooky sound because you can't, there's nothing like inside him that would suggest he lights up. I imagine he like made a sound. And Pumpkin Piglet. Piglet is so beanie. They're not usually this beanie, they usually got a bit more stuffing to them. But how cute is Piglet? I think I said this in the pumpkin collection video, but I love Piglet's hat. Pooh Bear's is cute as well, but Piglet's is my favourite. Those were the obvious plush choices to take to the pumpkin patch. But then I did take one more with me. I took 3 plushes with me to the pumpkin patch. I just had to take this one with me. I got him in the Oxford Street Disney Store when I went in August. He's from the 2025 Disney Store Halloween collection. They did them for obviously Pooh, Tigger, Eeyore and Piglet. I only got Pooh Bear. I was so tempted to get the whole collection, but because I'm not really a Halloween girly, I think you all know that, I didn't want to like splash out on the whole collection. It feels like Christmas, now we're talking. Easter, now we're talking. Halloween, they were all cute, but I just wanted to limit myself to one, so obviously I got Pooh Bear. And he's got this little hat on, a little like mask, got a little feather. I love the yellow they've done on him. It's really like soft pastely yellow. And then he's got on this really cool jacket. He's got a bat bow tie. That is reminding me of the cast member uniforms in Magic Kingdom for Not So Scary Halloween Party. You know, they all have their bat headbands and they all name their bats. That's reminding me of that. And then I love the purple of his jacket, and he's got some detailings on there. He's got like a cobweb detailing, just some pretty embroidery, and then he's got a pumpkin balloon, got some cool sleeves, very cool jacket. I just had to take him to the pumpkin patch with me. I got some cool photos with him. Obviously I have my 90s and noughties plushies are all Pooh Bear in costumes, so technically speaking I could include all of them in it, because if you're going to a costume party, like I've got Night Pooh there, he could be classed as Halloween if you really want to stretch the boat out. But I'm not doing that. I'm going for the actual Halloween ones. We're not getting that creative on that because otherwise we'd be here all day. While we're on the theme of pumpkins, we'll go with this one because he's carrying a little pumpkin one. I did mention this one in my pumpkin video because I said it's Pooh with a pumpkin, but it's not Pumpkin Pooh. It is Pooh Bear going out trick-or-treating. He is dressed as a kitten. He's got a green belly, a green bow tie, his little pumpkin basket, and it's actually like you could put stuff inside there. And then he's got a couple of coloured patches on the back and on his tail. And what I was just saying about the fancy tags that they used to do in the 90s, early noughties. Look at that, it's Tigger creeping through a pumpkin, and then you open it up and you got all of Tigger in there. Why can't we do fun tags like that nowadays? But yeah, Pooh Bear going trick-or-treating. And I also forgot to show you that these ones do have the years on the foot. So you can see that one is 2002 and Pumpkin Pooh is 2001. What just reminded me to say that was this next one has got the same Tigger pumpkin tag on it. And I was like, oh, that must be from the same year. And then I saw on his foot he is 2002 as well. So him and the Kit and Pooh must have been from like the same collection. How cool is he? Looking, he's like a little wizard. He's got his green wizard's hat on, little green little cape cloak thing with some pumpkins on. He's got his cauldron, stew pot, little stirring. Don't know what kind of potion he's cooking up there. It's like sparkly blue. And then it does say here on the label, I light up. And he's got this big battery pack sticking out the back of him. I don't know if, I've never actually had a look at this. I don't know if it's batteries I could change. I got him off of Vinted like a while ago. I don't know, I'll have to have a look at that, if it is batteries I can change and see if he lights up. I don't know what part of him is going to light up, but I'm now very intrigued to see if I can change that. The Pumpkin Pooh one doesn't have anywhere I can get into to see if there's a battery pack, but he has got something, so might have a look into that. And then the final plush I want to show you, you might actually remember from earlier on in the year, this was such a random find. Me and my parents went on a day trip to Calais in France because Dover is like just a couple hour drive for us from our house. And then, you know, it's the ferry is like an hour and 45 minutes. And then we just went to Calais for the day. We just went around the shops and just had lunch in Calais and came home again. And I found a charity shop in Calais town centre and they had a basket full of plush and this one was set at the top of it. So I had to. Such a random find. But he's dressed up as a little bat. Still got his red top on underneath, of course, with a little green bow tie, his little hood. And then his wings are a bit crooked. I've tried to straighten them out, but I think he's obviously been in not too well condition for a few years. But now he's here, he'll get TLC. So I'm hoping over time I can get them to flatten out a bit more. He hasn't got any years on his foot and you can see someone has cut his tags off. So we don't know too much about him. But obviously we know these are all from like the early noughties, late 90s. What a cool find. Day trip from France and I come home with a Winnie Pooh. But those are all of the plush I want to show you. Next, let's move on to pins. I have left some of my Halloween pins out because you'd have already seen them in my pumpkin video. So now we're just moving on to Halloween pins. These two are Loungefly pins, so I think I'll do them first. They both came from mystery boxes. It's always so nice to see Kanga included. I can't remember how many boxes of this set I got, but I think I got Kanga on one of the first pulls. She is dressed up as a butterfly. How cute is she? And yeah, you can tell they're Loungefly pins because they have the Funko logo on the back there, because obviously Loungefly is owned by Funko. And then the next Loungefly pin is Tigger dressed up as a pirate. I can't remember if he was from the same mystery set as Kanga or not, but they're both Loungefly Halloween mystery pins. And if I remember correctly, I'm sure Tigger in Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party in Walt Disney World, I'm sure he's dressed up as a pirate. I'm sure he is. I might just be getting confused. But yeah, Pirate Tigger, and he's also holding a pumpkin. I don't know how well you can see that. But they're both my Loungefly pins. The next three are all Disney Store pins from a set of 4. Obviously the 4th one was Pooh Bear dressed as a pumpkin, so you'd already seen him. And I think I've still, you see that there on my plushie wall, there's that little bit of purple. That's the backing board they came from. I always keep this kind of stuff, I don't know why. But we've got Piglet dressed up as a witch, just flying on his broomstick, and he's also got a little magic wand there as well. You've got the official Disney pin trading there as well. Tigger is dressed up as a vampire. How cool is he? He's got his little waistcoat on, he's got his cloak, he's got his fangs, very cool. And then Eeyore, I think he's a zombie. Is he a zombie? I think so. He's got like all the stitchings all over, even on his bow on his tail, and he's got his little jacket on. Yeah, these were a set of 4 from the Disney store, and Pooh Bear was a pumpkin, but you'd have seen him in my pumpkin video. So yeah, those are all of my pins, and I do have more, but obviously those were the pumpkin ones that you'd already seen. And I also have some like autumnal ones. I think I've already showed you them as well. And the last few bits I want to show you is Loungeflies. Oh, I just forgot one. Okay, I'll show you these and then I'll go and grab the one I forgot. But we'll just start off with my card holder. You'd have seen this in the pumpkin video anyway. It was gifted to me from LF Lovers. I love a pumpkin poo. And the back as well. And LF Lovers also gifted me the pumpkin poo crossbody bag. This was the bag I took with me to the pumpkin patch this morning. And the yellow bits on his face do glow in the dark. And then you've got the plaque on the back with some bees, and I believe the bees glow in the dark as well. This was my first ever Halloween bag in my collection. Obviously it's a mini backpack, that's what I primarily collect in my Loungefly collection, but it's got an all over print of the characters in costumes with some sweeties, and then you've got this front pocket design of them. So you've got Piglet dressed as like, is that a witch? Is he a witch or a wizard? Something like that, carrying a pumpkin. It looks very heavy for him. Looks almost as big as him. Pooh Bear is dressed up as a lion, and that is a Loungefly you can get. I think it was either the same year as this or the next year. That was a mini backpack in itself, and I kind of regret not getting it. I was humming and hawing about it for so long, and now I kind of regret not getting it because it's so cute. So maybe I will find its way into my collection, maybe not, but then we've got Eeyore as a mummy holding a little trick-or-treating basket in his mouth as well. He was a crossbody bag in not last October's collection, that was the Christmas collection. When was last year's Halloween collection? Would it have been August? I think so. I think Halloween collections come out in the summertime. It's very confusing. But yeah, that Eeyore was a crossbody bag. You'll know about that. If you've seen my recent video where LF Lovers sent me the Christmas bag, they wanted to send me that one for Eeyore because it was like, we were talking about it beginning of September time. And I was mentioning them how I was going to the pumpkin patch, and so they wanted to send me that bag because they were like, you can get content for it, and like it's spooky season coming up. And it was cute, it was cute. His bow on the tail of that bag was an orange bow, and it was so cute. But the reason I said no to it was because it had a spider on it, and I was humming and hawing about it for so long, but I knew I wouldn't be able to talk like well about the bag with a spider on it, because I'd probably end up hiding the bag in my collection or trying to hide the spider. But it's cute, but the spider ruined it for me. And then we've got Tigger on the end, and I think he is dressed as a vampire, and he's got his foot in a pumpkin. That's a bit silly of him. And he was a Loungefly himself. He was definitely a crossbody bag in like the crossbodies kind of style, you know, like the small rectangular bags. I think he might have had a mini backpack as well in the vampire style, because Eeyore also had, yes he was. I think it was last year, because they did a matching Eeyore and Tigger one where they had their cloak and then it had a popper so you can open them up. Yes. So out of all of those ones, Piglet's the only one that hasn't had his own like Loungefly in that style. So maybe that's coming. But that's quite funny how all of them have had their own Loungeflies except for Piglet. And the moon does glow in the dark as well. This is also my only like black colour Loungefly in my collection. But it's so cute. There's like a little glimpse of all the all over print on the back there. I forgot that this was from a Halloween collection, because when I brought it I had no intentions of using it as a Halloween bag. I literally did a photo shoot of it on Easter weekend with like flowers. I think I took it in front of a blossom tree because it's a Pooh Bear dressed as a ladybird, but it's from a Halloween collection. Like, this is the only part of it that gives away it's from Halloween. You've got them all dressed up sharing out their Halloween sweets. Except Piglet's missing from that. I don't know where Piglet is. But what's quite cool about this picture is obviously Pooh Bear's dressed as a ladybird, which is this bag. Eeyore is dressed as a zombie, which was the bag we were just talking about. And Tigger's dressed as a skeleton, which was a purse in this collection. So maybe that's why Piglet's missing from this picture, because Piglet wasn't included in this collection. I don't know why. But when I was just showing you those other bags, it just randomly occurred to me that I didn't include this one, and this one's technically a Halloween bag. Even though if you don't know your Loungefly collections and you just saw it from the front, you wouldn't know. But yeah, Ladybird Pooh Bear. And when I was going to get this bag, I remembered something else. The 3-inch pin. This was from the same year collection as this bag. Obviously, LF Lovers gifted me this bag. They gifted me the card holder, but I purchased this with my own money. I do have a discount code with LF Lovers. All my discount codes are in the description of all of my videos. So here is the pin. You got like, I think they're like bat eyes in the trees. And then you got like Pooh Bear's decorated his house for Halloween. Like it says trick or treat above the door. He's got a boo banner across the door. You got some ghosts, you got some pumpkins. And I think the door does, it's very stiff. I think it does slide across. Yes! It slides across, and then you've got Pooh Bear in his lion costume behind the door. How cool is that? And I know some Loungefly pin collectors take their, I can't get the door shut now, take their 3-inch pins out of the box and put them on their pin boards. I have quite a few of these 3-inch pins, but I like to keep them in the box because the box adds to the design element of the scenery. Like there, obviously you've got Pooh's house, but you've got the rest of the 100 Acre Woods around it. And then you obviously got the front case, you got a little signpost, 100 Acre Halloween Party this way, and then you got Tigger dressed as a jester. And all of the Loungefly 3-inch pins are very limited. This one was limited to 1,500, which is very cool. So yeah, now that's everything. Now that's everything. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. Do let me know in the comment section down below what was your favourite item I shoe you. For someone that says they're not a big Halloween fan, I do still have quite a big collection of it. Obviously, I like the cute side of Halloween, which we can all agree this all is. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please do pop the thumbs up button. If you'd like to see more from moi, do click subscribe down below. And while you're down there, don't forget to ding notification bell, you might as well. You're already down there. And I'll see you guys real soon. Bye!